Now, if you want to create hundreds or thousands of pages on your site using Lovable or Bolt or Windsurf, this method is going to work for any of the AI code gen tools. And this method is in place of using dynamic content, which I much prefer because it's dynamic and you can connect to Supabase, but all sites don't necessarily need to have a database behind them, and you might not want to, or maybe you just want to try the method and again you don't want to connect to Supabase and have it generate the dynamic content on their end. You want to just do it yourself. This is a great method to do it. So for example, if you already have created an amazing tool and the tool works well for different keywords, so for example, I'm just going to start filling out this sheet. So we've got title. For example, you've made a contract generator tool. So this tool would make sense for all of these different keywords or pages. So we're going to create a page for every single one of these keywords. These are all different types of agreements, but we've created templates and a tool that's going to go underneath this title. So typically we would have the title and then the dynamic content, which is generated in Supabase based on the title of the page. And then we can also generate dynamic FAQs and anything else we like. So that's the amazing part of dynamic content or dynamic landing pages. But again, if you have the tool, you don't have it connected to Supabase, you can still make all of these pages. You're just not going to have that dynamic content element. But what you can do to make sure that all the text on the page is different, you don't just want to have partnership, dissolution agreement, and then the tool, because you're not going to have any SEO copy, any copy on the page. You're going to be limited to what Lovable does on the front end, and you don't want that. So you can generate the content ahead of time in a sheet, give that sheet to Lovable, Bolt, Windsurf, and then tell them to create these landing pages and use the template that you instructed it to make or include the components you want it to include. So this is going to be a simple sheet. It's got the title, and then we're going to have page copy. And this copy we're going to generate ahead of time and then give it to the tool. So I want it to generate plain text SEO copy for this landing page and avoid using these words. So hopefully it just keeps it simple. Let's make sure it doesn't use too much. So let's say 600 tokens should be fine. We're going to head back over. And that was 25. So I'm just going to go to equals custom 25. And this is using GPT-4o mini. I'm going to select the title and enter. So it's going to generate the page copy. And then I'm just going to do this for all of them. So I'm going to click and drag. It's not done it in plain text, but it should be fine, because we're going to instruct Lovable to handle that. So partnership dissolution agreement, ending a partnership can be a complex process. I'm going to tell it not to include the title so it doesn't repeat itself. So for 25, I'm going to say this page, do not include a title, just write the copy that will appear under the title. That should be sufficient. If not, we'll just have to instruct Lovable to do exactly that. So I'm going to leave that one because I just want to click and drag and generate the rest. And again, this is in place of not generating this on the server side. So I prefer to do the dynamic content and then cache it, but this works just as well, again, if you already have your template created. So for example, you've got your homepage and then you've got your tool, but then instead of having this generic H1, you would have each of these as individual pages, and then the H1 would just be shareholder agreement contract generator tool or something like that. So you could programmatically create all of those as pages and then again have the page copy underneath or over the tool so they match that page. Now again, doing it dynamically is a lot more flexible because you can integrate the name of the tool into it. You don't have to get them to select different things. You can really tailor it to that specific keyword and then the content on the page. You can do so much more beyond just having the copy around the tool, but it's still a good method to create more pages, more targeted pages once you've already created your tool.